Hello everyone, welcome to this webinar. Today's topic is mobile app and Firebase integration with SAP Enterprise. Okay then, the webinar is a collaboration between APPSeCONNECT and Outperform IT, as you all know. I have here Rishita and Mronali with me from Outperform IT. Rishita is a technical analyst at Outperform IT. She's an integration specialist. She works on various enterprise applications such as SAP, Shopify, and Magento. She's an engineer and she's fond of rock music. Mronali is the business analyst at Outperform IT. She is an expert in client handling and documentation. She loves cooking, especially Maharashtrian cuisine. So how are you guys?
Hi Anmol, thank you for introducing us. We are doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. So let's just begin with the webinar and I'm handing it over to Rishita. Over to you, Rishita. Yes.
Okay, thanks Anmol.
Thank you.
So let's start with our webinar mobile app and Firebase integration with SAP Enterprise Core. As we all know that all business users are increasingly interacting with enterprise applications outside organization boundaries. They expect business functionalities within areas such as code to cash, human capital management, and logistics to be available on the mobile devices itself. So we have many popular mobile application development platforms existing already. In this webinar, we will be showcasing how a Flutter-based mobile application leveraging Firebase can be integrated with SAP to exchange proof of delivery information once the goods are received by the customer. So let's go with our agenda first. So first comes significant growth in enterprise mobility. Here we will be discussing like how mobile application are increasing from day to day and from past few years. And then next comes why integrate B2B mobile app with enterprise core applications. Here we'll be discussing like what is the exact reason for integrating these mobile apps with SAP and what should we consider while integrating these things. And then next comes a small demonstration part where we will be displaying a video part from syncing this information from SAP to mobile app and vice versa. And then next come best practices while integrating mobile app with SAP. And then we have a question and answer session where you can ask any questions if you have any, and we will be answering them. So let's start with our first point, that is significant growth in enterprise mobility. So as we all know that this technology changed a lot in our lifestyle. So I would like to take an example like how this mobile mobility part is increasing from day to day, from last few over years to 2022. So we'll be discussing that here. So I would like to take a small example of a sweet shop for now. If you look at our online orders, earlier they used to customers used to go to the sweet shop, then place an order. But now we have all online orders where everything is easy and available online itself, where customers can easily go in, place order and get that in few minutes. Due to this, revenue will be increasing automatically and the sales part is also growing automatically. So here we have few numbers like prospects, 50% of your prospects who are in good fit for what we sell, but even though they buy when required. And then we have some revenue percentage increase from last few years. And then we next go to the next slide, where in this slide we can clearly see the increase in enterprise mobility. This explains about the frequent growth from year 2016 to 2021. This is the percentage of the revenue. Next comes why we are integrating mobile app with enterprise core applications. So basically, first comes is time to market. As it is a mobile app, it is very easy and flexible to use a mobile app in smartphone rather than using a website in the system. We can access it from anywhere and at any time. So 9 out of 10 people use smartphones. So this will help in our business for spreading it rapidly, and it also saves some time and cost. And then comes information sharing. This EAI means Enterprise Application Integration. It allows us to access the info as well as share the info even from outside the organization. So our APPSeCONNECT automates this process flow from source to destination application and vice versa. So as this does not include any human intervention, it will there will be no human errors. So this can be automated easily. And next one is like increasing productivity. This mobile app and integration with SAP increase in productivity as the mobile reporting system will allow the employees to see and share their customer reports rapidly, even they're outside the organization. So this will allow us to increase the business productivity rapidly. So now we'll look at the crucial considerations, what we should consider when we are integrating SAP and mobile app using APPSeCONNECT. So when discussing about these crucial considerations, the first point that comes to our mind is security. So here we should take care like before integrating or before implementing the integration, the credentials that we use for SAP and a mobile app and the data between these two applications that we sync from one to one, we should ensure that this data is not going anywhere. So first comes is like data security. So we should consider this data security part before implementing. And then comes existing softwares. So here we'll discuss like while integrating we need few applications, right? So before deploying into that system, like those solutions will play the most deciding factors in the integration solution. So we should check each and every application that is available or not. Like here APIs will play a vital role while integrating applications. If we take any application, these APIs will play as a vital role. So we should consider this existing softwares. And then comes customization. So we recommend that as SAP is a master data, we recommend not to customize until and unless it is advised or mandatory, because it may impact on existing functionalities and we may lose some data. So we recommend not to customize SAP until and unless it is required. And then we go to typical integration points. These integration points that we will be showing in the video part, we are going to sync delivery from SAP to mobile app, and reasons are from SAP are synced with mobile app, and then comes signature sync that will be synced from mobile app to SAP. So I will be playing a short video. A demonstration is shown. In this video, we are going to provide an example for mobile application with SAP integration. So we are referring to an example for this integration process. We are taking POD, proof of delivery, as an example. Basically, POD is a business process which translates to receiving an acknowledgement when goods are received by the customer. It needs a physical acknowledgement from him. So with this delivery receipt, we can also check like if there is any difference between the number of goods issued and the number of goods arrived. So if there is a difference between two quantities, then there is a possible of loss of items. So here the reason for such a difference can also be tracked in this process. So in this video, we will run through how to configure and complete the POD process. In order to configure and complete this POD process, we have to follow 3 steps basically. So the first step is like making the item categories as POD relevant. Like all items cannot be POD relevant, right? So we have to select few item categories and make them as POD relevant. For example, sample or free goods may not be relevant for the process. So in this step, you need to mark those item categories which are relevant for the process. And the second step is like making the customer POD relevant. Not all customers are relevant for POD process. You can mark a customer relevant for the process in the sales area view for the customer. This is about the second step. And the last final step is like run the sales cycle with proof of delivery. So now we will look into these steps in SAP on how to make these items as POD relevant. To do that, we have to go to the transaction code SPRO. In that, we have to click on this SAP reference image, and then we have to navigate to this logistics execution, and then shipping, and then deliveries, and then proof of delivery. As you can find here under proof of delivery, we have two sections. One is set POD relevance depending on delivery item category, and the second one is define reasons for quantity differences. So first one, set POD relevance thing is used to select an item category and make it as a POD relevant. So first we'll look into it. If we click on this execute, as you can find here, there are many item categories out of which we can select our own item category and make it as a POD relevant. For this purpose, we have selected the standard items. That is item category is TAN. So TAN standard item, we are making it as POD relevant by marking it as X. Similarly, after selecting this as X, we have to save it and then go back. And now we'll look into this define reasons for quantity reasons. This is used to define reasons whenever whenever there is a difference in the quantity that we received and the quantity that we have ordered. For example, if we have ordered 10 products, out of which we have received only 5 and the other 5 are missing. So here the reason can be of missing products. And in the second example, if we consider if there are 5 products and 3 are good and the other 2 got damaged, and here the reason can be damaged product. So likewise, we have many reasons, right? There can be a color difference, wrong size. So there are many reasons. We can list out all those reasons here in this table and then save it. So we can sync these reasons to POD, and in POD app where these reasons will be as a drop down in that app. So this is how we define reasons in SAP. This is all about making an item category as a POD relevant. So as per our steps, the second step is to make the customer as a POD relevant. So to do that, we have to use the transaction code XD02 where we change the customer. So here we have to select the customer number. As you can see, I have selected 1000 and Rishita, and we have to select the sales area in which the customer is present and then go into it. So in sales area tab, in shipping, you can see here there are two fields. One is relevant for POD and the other one is POD timeframe. So you have to check this field relevant for POD. Then only this customer can be a POD relevant customer. Otherwise, it will not be a POD relevant customer. So the next one, POD timeframe field, where we have to provide some value like number of days. This POD relevant field is POD timeframe field is nothing but the number of days which is permitted to expect the POD receipt. So for this here we have given 4 days as a time frame. Fine. So if the ship to party fails to send the POD within the stipulated time, which is mentioned in the POD time frame field, then the system will automatically send the billing document. So this is all about making a customer as a POD. Now we will look into run the sales cycle. To do that, we have to use a transaction code VA01. So here we have to provide the order type and the sales area, then enter, provide sold to party, the customer, and ship to party as well, and give the material and provide the quantity as much as you wanted, and then save it. So once this order is created, we have to do delivery and PGA. So first I'm going to display this order, then enter. Now we are going to do deliver for this product order, and now click on post good issue. So for the order that we have created, the delivery has been completed and post code issue is also done. Once this delivery is created, we will sync this delivery to our mobile application using this middleware. This is the APPSeCONNECT middleware. So we are using this thing to sync our records or data from source application to destination application. Here SAP will be our source application and mobile application will be the destination application, and APPSeCONNECT is a middleware. So once the delivery is triggered in this SAP, it will use this delivery touch point and sync the delivery record back to mobile application. Similarly, the reasons that we provide in SAP, like damaged, as we have seen earlier, damaged, missing, those reasons are also synced to mobile application using this touch point. So this is how we do our POD, proof of delivery process, and sync these deliveries from SAP to mobile application. So this is all about an example for mobile application integration with SAP. So this is our mobile app. We have named this app as a proof of delivery. So in order to log in into this application, you have to provide some email and password, and then log in. As you can find here, there are many deliveries. So all these deliveries are synced from SAP to this mobile app. And if you can see it, few are pending, status as pending and then delivered. So now, just now we have created a delivery, and that is this one. As you can see here, we have delivery number here, some code, UAM, and quantity, how much quantity we are providing, and here we have POD quantity and then reason. So this is our delivery that we have created just now, and it is synced to this mobile application. Along with deliveries, we also sync the reasons. As shown earlier in SAP, we have given few reasons in SAP, right? So all these reasons will be synced to this mobile application. Basically, this reason field is a drop-down box, and you can find here there are many reasons, and if any reason that is different from this drop-down can be listed in that SAP, and that will be synced to this application using the APPSeCONNECT. So this is how reasons are appeared here. And then we also have add signature option, where after completing your POD process, if you want to provide some digital signature, and it is also possible here. So this is how we do it, and then we have to click on tick mark, and it will be uploaded to this delivery. Once we click on submit, as you have seen earlier, this delivery status was pending, and once we click on it, and it will be turned to delivered. So this is how we do POD process and how we integrate mobile applications with SAP ECC. Thank you. So this is these are the integration points that we sync from SAP to mobile app and vice versa. Then we will look best practices. So here we discuss about the learnings or key practices that we have to consider or identify while integrating the both applications. So here comes our first and foremost key point is like identifying the mass and delta update process. Before implementing the integration, we should identify the frequency and payload of mass touchpoints, such as now we are here we are using delivery signatures, and if you want to sync some other master data, then those can also be synced, but we have to make sure that the API's frequency and mass should be identified before itself. So these all things should be designed carefully before implementing the integration. And then comes asynchronous update. Here, asynchronous update is something which allows us to we start some process, and after some time, due to some reason like due to unavailable of network, this process has been stopped. So After some time, when we receive that network, this process should continue but not stop. So that thing also we should manage here. For example, Ramu Singh is traveling and he reached some remote location for some time where he does not receive any signals. So the process that is running behind is stopped now. And after some time he reach a place where there is network availability, then this process that is running background should be able to resume. So these kind of synchronous updates are also should consider before implementing. And then comes customization of SAP, as we already discussed before, but still as SAP is a master data application and it is a high investment for organization, we recommend not to customize it unless it is mandatory. So these are the best practices that we should follow before implementing or during the implementation of integration. So this is all about our best practices. And here comes our question and answer session. Hope you have understood, and if you have any questions for us, you can ask here.
Okay, thank you, Rishita, for this informative presentations. Now we will take some questions from our audience. Okay, so here we have a question. Can you connect any Firebase application to ERP?
Okay, thanks for the question, Runali. Yes, we can connect any Firebase app to ERP, but we have to ensure that app is REST-based and those default APIs are to be exposed to us. Then yes, it is absolutely fine, like it is completely possible to connect any Firebase app to ERP.
Okay, so you mean that any Firebase application can be connected to ERP based on REST application, right? REST API.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Rishita. So we will go for next question. Is the sync real time?
Yes, the sync is real time. The possibility is there because of the open structure of the platform. But here the demo that we have displayed is not real time, but it is possible.
Okay, then we'll go for the next question from our audience. It is the integration solution between SAP ECC and mobile app secure?
That's a good question, actually, Murali. Yes, since the APPSeCONNECT agent will be downloaded and installed in their local network, all the transformation of data and the sync will be done under our own network and our own environment. So nothing would go out.
Okay, that's great, Rishita. Okay, so we will wait for audience. Okay, so here's one more question for you, Rishita. Would SAP needs to be exposed to public IP?
No, only the application's API services will be exposed and that too for limited set of requests. So there will not be any issue on this.
Okay, that's great. So we'll just wait for a few more questions. Audience, any more questions for us? Okay, so here is one more question, Rishita. Is partial delivery possible in this?
Partial delivery is for ERP and the mobile application is developed. Integration does not play any active role in this part. If the apps are enabled to handle that partial delivery, then integration will sync the partial deliveries across the systems. So here integration will not play any active role. So if those apps are having default APIs, then yes, we can handle it.
Okay, sounds good. So I think we have all justified answers for all for the questions from our audience. So any more questions, audience? Okay, so Rishita will just wait for a few minutes.
Okay, Mrinali.
Yeah. Rishita, there is a question. So is this connection to and fro?
Yes, Mrinali, as we have already showed over video also, this connection is bidirectional and we can sync any records from both directions. So this connection is bidirectional and we can sync all the records to and fro.
Okay, thank you, Rishita. Thank you so much. So that's all from the audience.
Okay, thank you all for joining this webinar. And if you have any queries or some information for us, you can contact us on this sales@appseconnect.com and you can contact us on 98300271006.
Thank you, Mrunali. I think this was an amazing webinar and the audience might have loved it. And I would like to thank you all, audience. Thank you so much. Okay, we have got a lot of questions and we'll be answering them over email soon. We'll also publish a video and send it to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anmol.